Welcome to the Royal Calcutta Turf Club Calcutta Races Monsoon Meeting, second day, Tuesday, 3rd October 2023. The first race of the afternoon is the No Regrets Handicap to be run over a distance of 1400 meters for horses rated 41 to 66, rated 21 to 46 eligible. We got 4 runners going to purse for the first race of the afternoon. The first runners we are looking at is number 1, Rimmel, and number 2, Star Justice. This is from race number 3 where Rimmel and Star Justice went over a distance of 1200 meters. Rimmel was placed in 7th spot as they took the turn, and Star Justice was 8, and they both came up with darting runs. Rimmel eventually finished in the money in 3rd. Star Justice missed the boat by finishing on 5th. The winner here was Galacticus, who won that race by almost half a length. Next runner we are looking at is number 3, Mandolin. Mandolin, the mount of Nikhil Naidu. This one we are looking at from the Calcutta winter season in race number 151, where it went over 1200 meters, was in 7th spot as they entered the home straight. You can see down the center Mandolin coming up with a run and eventually finished on a close 5th. The winner here was Maktub, who won that race by almost a length and 3/4. Lastly, we got number 4, DRD. DRD had 3 runs in the Calcutta winter season. This run we are looking at from the last run it had in the Calcutta winter season in race number 155, where DRD was in 11th spot, made up of 1 placing and eventually finished on 10th. The winner here was Romero, who won that race in a bunch finish by a long neck. We move on to the second race of the afternoon, the Arcade Handicap for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. We got 5 runners going to post for this one. The first runner we're looking at is number 2, Ghost, who had a run in the season in race number 2 where it went over 1200 meters. Ghost was racing in the wrong end of the field, was in 6th spot as the horses took the turn. Then Ghost started to accelerate and eventually came and finished on 4th. The winner here was Sea Eagle, who was running in 3rd spot, took charge into the last 100 meters and won that race by almost a quarter length. Moving on to number 3, Angel Light. Angel Light, this one we are looking at from the Calcutta winter season in race number 161, which was the last race of the season, where Angel Light was a little slow out of the gates and then was in 6th spot as they entered the home straight. Made some late gains and Angel Light finished on 4th. The winner here was Mentalist, who won that race and taking style by almost 3 lengths. We move on to number 4, Swift Lady. Swift Lady had a win in the winter season in race number 80 where it went over 1100 meters. Got the measure of Jinsuku. Since then has had 3 placed efforts, 3rd in each time. And the start we are looking at is from race number 157 where Swift Lady was in 3rd spot as they entered the home straight. Kept on battling and eventually finished on 3rd. The winner here was Dream Station, who won that race by almost 2 3/4 of a length. Number 5 is Jinsuku. Had a run in the first race of the season where Jinsuku was strongly fancied, was in 3rd spot as they entered the home straight. When asked for an effort, Jinsuku was a little flat-footed, had nothing to offer, fell back, finished on last of 5 runners. The winner here was Lion Queen. Moving on to the third race of the afternoon, the Eastern Star Handicap for horses rated 1 to 26 to be ridden by jockeys of Indian nationality to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. The first couple of runners we are looking at is number 2, Tropical Lady, and number 3, Extravagant Star. Extravagant Star was the more fancied of the 2 runners, who was running in front into the last 250 meters but then started to shorten stride and eventually fell back and finished on 4th. Tropical Lady, who took the turn in 2nd spot, chased the winner home. Dance Along was the winner and Tropical Lady could finish on 2nd. Couple of runners ran against each other in race number 1, that was UV and Chetak. UV was strongly fancied and went out as a favourite, was leading the pack into the home straight, then kept on finding something, but the late surge by Lion Queen, who came up down the centre and won that race easily, and UV could only finish 2nd. The other runner was Chetak. Chetak was in 2nd spot and eventually finished on 3rd. We move on to the fourth race of the afternoon, the Argiano Cup for horses rated 61 to 86, rated 41 to 66, eligible to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. This being the feature race of the afternoon. We got 5 runners going to pose for this one. First up, we got number 1, Hidden Gold. Hidden Gold had quite a few starts in the winter season, has had 3 placed efforts. This run we are looking at is race number 160, where it went over 1200 meters, was in third spot as they entered the home straight. Then you can see towards the inside, the jockey keeping on urging, but Hidden Gold had nothing much to offer left. Eventually finished on 6th of 7 runners. The winner here was Delphine, who won that race in a very close finish. Number 3 is Basharat. Basharat, a couple of placed efforts for Basharat towards the beginning of the winter season. In race number 2, it finished on 2nd. In race number 45, it finished on 3rd. This run we are looking at is from race number 118, where Basharat was almost planted at the gates, took the turn in last spot, eventually beat one home and finished on 2nd last. The winner here was Multistara. Number 5 is Morning Star. Morning Star had a bracket in race number 130, where it got the measure of Tamu's Choice over 1200 meters. Since then finished on 4th in race number 150 behind 1000 words. In this last start, the one we are looking at in race number 159, went over 1200 meters, was in 4th spot when asked for an effort, fell back slightly and eventually finished on 5th of 10 runners. The winner here was Savichik, who won that race by 2 1/4 lengths. Moving on to the 5th race of the afternoon, the Hokkaido Handicap for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. We got 3 runners which went up against each other in race number 6, 1 Eastside, 3 Sporting Trainer and 5 Lord Lucifer. Eastside, definitely the eye catcher among the 3, was in 4th spot as they took the turn, and Eastside was travelling a little wide under the whip and eventually came out and finished on 3rd, and Eastside had started the race a little slowly. Number 3 Sporting Trainer detached for most part, was in 7th spot and eventually beat one home and finished on 6th. Number 5 Lord Lucifer raced in 5th spot, finished on 5th, but definitely was moving very nicely throughout the race despite it not making any improvement towards the later part of the race. Number 2 Gale. Gale has had a win in its first outing in race number 31, where it got the measure of Money Talks. Subsequently in race number 87, the one we are looking at, Gale went on a start to finish mission and eventually finished on 3rd. The winner here was Contribute, and Gale finished on almost 9 lengths from the winner. Number 4 Lion Queen. Lion Queen, after winning in race number 126 during the winter season, it started the season with a bang in race number 1, where it was racing in 4th spot as they entered the home straight, then came and sliced the field through and took charge into the last 100 meters and won that race, going away from the field by almost 4.5 lengths, beating UV into 2nd. We move on to number 6 Tenderheart. Tenderheart in race number 2, it was racing in 6th spot as they entered the home straight, eventually made up one placing and finished on 5th. The winner here was Sea Eagle, who won that race by 3 parts of a length. Moving on to the 6th and last race of the day, the Mercury Handicap for horses rated 41 to 66, rated 21 to 46, eligible to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. The first runner we are looking at is number 1 Good Tip. This was in race number 6, where Good Tip was in 3rd spot as they entered the home straight. Then under the jockey's urging, started to accelerate and eventually got the measure of Nautica. Into the last 100 meters, Good Tip really started to show her class and won that race by almost 3 lengths, and Nautica finished on 2nd. Couple of runners which went up against each other in race number 3, that's Jolafet and Devuska. Jolafet was racing in last spot as they entered the home straight, made some late gains and eventually finished on 6th. Devuska, who was in 6th spot as they entered the home straight, weakened a little bit and eventually finished on 8th of 9 runners. The winner here was Galacticus, who won that race by almost half a length. 4 is Indian Tiger. Indian Tiger won couple of back-to-back races in the winter season in race number 133 over 1200 meters beating Maktub. In race number 139 over 1100 meters beating Yaz. In this last start, the one we are looking at in race number 155, it went over 1100 meters, was leading the pack into the home straight. Then towards the inside started weakening and eventually finished on 5th of 12 runners. The winner here was Romero, who won that race in a bunched finish. Number 5 is D, Your Play Your Way. Your Play Your Way started off the season rather attractively, finished on 2nd in race number 25, then finished on 3rd in race number 39, then finished on 3rd in race number 48. Since then, lost the plot a little bit, unplaced in his last 4 starts. The run we are looking at is from race number 141, where it went over 1400 meters and was leading the pack, but then dropped back very rapidly and finished on last of 8 runners. The winner here was Only You. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you at the races.